The Victorian Government has been accused of pork barrelling after directing the lion's share of a large infrastructure fund into its own electorates. The coalition is giving regional councils $100 million to spend on local projects. But the opposition is crying foul because 3/4 of the money will flow to coalition-held seats. Ryan Shields reports.
There was a simple philosophy behind the coalition's promise at the last election to set up a $1 billion regional growth fund.
And fill the gaps, as it were, between the present funding arrangements which now apply and which so often frustrate our country communities.
But now it's being termed a slush fund.
A bias, a pork barrelling approach by the government to their own electorates. This continues to demonstrate how the Regional Growth Fund is being used purely as a political tool.
$100 million of the fund is being given to local councils to spend on things like dilapidated roads and bridges. An analysis shows 3/4 of that money is going to councils in coalition electorates. Just 2 of the 25 top funded councils are in Labor-controlled areas. And the 2 councils within Peter Ryan's own East Gippsland electorate received the maximum possible allowance, $2.5 million. But the minister says claims of pork barrelling are a bridge too far.
It is irrelevant to me as to whether those particular areas are represented by the Nationals, the Liberals, the Labor Party, the Greens or the country Calathumpians. It is irrelevant. It is all being done in an appropriate way under an agreed formula.
He points out the vast majority of country Victoria is represented by coalition MPs. The Victorian Government has the support of the state's Municipal Association. The MAV says while claims of rorting often accompany funding projects of this scale, the handling of this particular initiative appears to be above board.
There's always angst around funding issues, but certainly this here seems to be a fair and equitable formula.
And I think only the Labor Party would be silly enough and churlish enough to complain about this.
Politics is never far from the surface. Ryan Shields, ABC News.